Have you ever wished you could just know what someone is really thinking? Well, what if I told you there's a secret language everyone is speaking all the time, but almost no one knows how to read it? It's not spoken with words. And in this explainer, we're going to unlock those secrets. Okay, just look at this number for a second. 93%. That right there is how much of our communication is nonverbal. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not about what we say, it's about what our bodies do. This means the real conversation, it's happening almost entirely under the surface.
And that kind of leads to a huge question, doesn't it? If 93% of communication is basically invisible to most of us, what crucial information are you missing out on every single day? In meetings, during negotiations, even just talking with your family. This brings us to a fundamental principle, one that private investigators absolutely live by. While we can choose our words very, very carefully, our bodies are a lot more honest.
And look, this isn't just some clever theory. This is a field-tested reality for people whose entire job is to find the truth. Their number one rule, if the words and the body language don't match up, you always trust the body, every time.
Just picture this for a second. A suspect delivers this perfectly plausible, really convincing alibi. All the words check out, but their body, it's tense, it's closed off, defensive. It's telling a completely different story. It's basically screaming deception long before any lie detector ever could. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. So how in the world do they do it? Well, it's not magic, not at all. It's a toolkit of observational techniques. And today we're going to open up that toolkit so you can start to see what they see. Really, it all boils down to three simple but incredibly powerful techniques: watching the hands, noticing shifts in posture, and of course, learning to read the face. Let's break them down, one by one. First up, the hands. When people are nervous or trying to hide something, their hands often give them away. Are they suddenly shoving them in their pockets? Are they fidgeting over and over again? A little pro tip from investigators is to watch for those hand-to-face gestures, like touching the nose or covering the mouth. These are often self-soothing behaviors, a big signal that there's some discomfort with what's being said. They're not just random tics, they're clues.
Okay, next up is posture. Think about it. When you're talking to someone and they suddenly cross their arms or physically lean back, they're literally creating a barrier between you and them. It's this unconscious act of self-protection. And here's another one. Look at their feet. Seriously, are they pointed towards you, showing they're engaged? Or are they angled toward the door, signaling they want to escape? Their body is basically shouting, "I'm not open to this."
And finally, we get to the face. This is where we find something called microexpressions. Now, these are lightning fast, totally involuntary flashes of true emotion that we just can't control. It could be a tiny flicker of a smirk when someone's pretending to be sad, or a momentary widening of the eyes in fear before they get their composure back. They last less than a second, but they reveal the genuine feeling a person is trying so hard to hide. So this is where it all comes together. Imagine someone tells you, "Oh yeah, I'm totally confident," but their hands are just wringing with anxiety. Or they say, "I completely agree with you," but you catch that split-second frown. That disconnect, that gap between the words and the body, that is a flashing red light. That's where you find the truth.
Okay, so you've seen the investigator's toolkit. Now, let's take this stuff out of the interrogation room and bring it into your everyday life, because this is definitely not just for solving crimes.
Because here's the most important point of all. These are universal human skills. Being able to read a room, to understand unspoken feelings, and to sense what's really going on, that gives you an edge in pretty much any situation you can think of. I mean, think about the potential here. You can build way stronger relationships by understanding what people actually feel. You can gain a serious edge in negotiations by spotting discomfort. And you can protect yourself from manipulation by recognizing the signs of dishonesty. This is all about becoming more perceptive and honestly more effective in every single interaction you have. So, we've basically armed you with a new lens to see the world through. And once you start paying attention to this hidden layer of communication, well, you can't unsee it. The world just starts to look a little different. So the key takeaway is this. You now have the foundational tools to look past the words and see what's really being said. By watching the hands, the posture, and the face, you can start decoding the real conversation that's happening all around you. You're about to walk back out into the world with all this new knowledge. You now know the signs of the secret language being spoken everywhere you go.
So the only question left is, what will you see?